everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I am out here at the park taking a walk, trying to get active and move around. I sat down for a minute to do this video, but it is 47 degrees out here, people. It is cold today. It is brisk, but it feels good. It feels good to be out here. It feels good to be moving. I got up and I made sure that nothing stopped me today. I wanted to come out here. I wanted to move around. I wanted to get the exercise. The park is my special place. It is my sacred place, so I love being here. So I don't mind that it's a little chilly. It actually feels good. This is day 3 of my 30-day challenge, and it could just be in my head, but I honestly feel better. I think my body feels good just being treated well. And sometimes we don't realize how what we eat and what we do to our bodies in terms of whether or not we exercise or whether or not we move around, that's all treating your body well. And for me, my body was not being treated well, and I think right now it's almost going through a shock because I had so much energy this morning. I woke up, I did a little check-in at work, did some things for work, and I said I'm getting out here no matter what. So I'm out here, and it really is amazing how the body responds when you treat it well, when you feed it the right things. Yesterday, I changed up what I had planned to eat, and I really just for the whole day ate some kale. And boy, they call it a superfood for a reason. You literally feel the boost of energy. I started my day with it in the morning. I had my herbal tea, lemon and ginger tea, and then I just made some kale and ate a little bits of that all day until dinner time, and I had some vegan chili. So it's being mindful. And I think for me, and I can't speak for everybody else, but because this is something that I used to do, because I used to eat this way, and I used to really my mind and my body and my spirit remembers. So it's like a sacrifice for me. It was more of just, are you ready? Are you ready to go back to doing what is the right thing to do for yourself? And so yesterday I spoke with my sister about, just the videos and posting it, because I have to be honest with you, it's very vulnerable. I put myself out there. I was nervous. I was like, oh my God, all this talking you do about people being a part of their own change and being vulnerable and putting yourself out there. And when it's your turn to do it, it is not that easy. And this is why I'm doing it, so that you can see that not only am I talking it, but I'm trying to walk it like I talk it. I'm trying to be out here and show you that when you put yourself out there, it's not easy. It's not easy in the least bit. And it's not a secret that weight loss is the number one New Year's resolution for people who practice, for people who do participate in that. It's around the time where the new year ends and you say, I'm going to start a clean slate. I'm going to treat myself well, mind, body, and spirit. I'm going to do better. And so it's it's not an uncommon thing. However, the crazy part is that more than 80% of people, if I had to just do a guesstimate, more than 80% of people really don't follow through with their resolution. They fall short of it. And somewhere around February, March, people, it just kind of just falls by the wayside. We get these gym memberships, we pay all this money, and then we wind up not fulfilling our goal. And I just started to think about, why is that? And talking with my sister yesterday, she said something to me. She said, well, what is your goal for this? Why are you doing it? I think you have to be clear as to why you're doing it, so that way at the end you won't feel disappointed, and neither will the viewers feel disappointed that you don't have this huge transformation. She's like, because 30 days isn't a long time. And I thought about it to myself, and I said, you know what? That's a great point. It's your expectations. And a lot of times in the things that I do, I try not to put heavy expectations on it, because I love to just see what the universe brings. I love to see what God has planned for me. And so I try not to put too large of an expectation on the things that I do. I just like to see where it goes. And most of the time I'm pleasantly surprised with how things turn out. And so this is the same way. I'm doing this. We have to figure out, and you may be different from me, but I'm doing this to kind of realign myself. Spiritually, I felt heavy. I also felt that I was not treating myself well. I didn't feel good. I was losing energy. And so for me, this is just about realigning myself. Am I expecting for you to see me now and to see me in 30 days, 100 pounds lighter? Absolutely not. But that's not my goal. And so you need to decide why you're doing it. And I think that is what those New Year's resolutions are missing. Everyone just says, oh, I want to lose weight. But we forget to understand weight is such an amazing tool. It's something that many of us have a story behind. It's not something that we just do and don't know why it happened. Usually when you are gaining a significant amount of weight, there is some of us who are, it's medical. For others of us, it's linked to a story. And I really started to think about it as I was walking around here. What's my story? What's the reason why this happened? Why and how can I work on me mentally, spiritually as well as physically, to change my mind frame, to change the way I was thinking about things, to change the way I was responding to things? Because if I don't do that, then you can diet, you can lose a bunch of weight, and then in another year or so, another month or so, gain it right back, because you didn't change the source. You didn't find the root of why this was happening to you. And so I really started to think about, for me, what's that thing? And it's anxiety, it's stress, worrying about trying to be everything to everybody. There's a part of me that still, wants to make everything all right. And I feel, and many times I take on full responsibility for making things okay. And people would say, wow, even for me, it happens. As much as I know that my spirit guides are watching over me, that God has his hand over me, I'm a human being first. Spirit is within me. It is me. It's part of me. But I'm also in this human flesh, and I have very human feelings. And it's hard. It's hard to believe that, it's not up to me. That I could try my best, that I could do everything that I need to do, and still things would turn out the way they're going to turn out, because this thing is a big puzzle and there's many pieces, and I'm only one piece. And so as I was walking around here thinking about what my reasons are, what's the story behind my weight gain, and I believe that that's it. It's just freeing myself from the stress and the anxiety of feeling as though I have to carry the weight of changing the world on my shoulders, changing, myself and my family, and certain situations that have happened in my life, feeling as though I have to be the one to sacrifice for the team. And that's not true. My one job is to get up in this and make a mark in this world. That mark could be opening my eyes and answering a phone call or helping a friend. That mark could be exactly what I did today, which is get up and keep my word to myself and get out here in this, out here, walk the pavement and invest in myself, time, energy, love. And so I charge you to really sit back as you set your New Year's resolutions. If you're on this 30-day challenge, to really just realign yourselves and to get your mind, body, and spirit back into alignment, and go through this 30-day body transformation with me, then I want you to think about what's your story behind your weight gain. What's the story? And like I said, part of it could be a medical condition, but beyond the medical condition, there is something, because what we fail to believe is that every medical condition can be pretty much treated by healthy diet, exercise, and living a life of balance. Living a life of balance, spiritual balance, physical balance, mental balance. You'll be surprised how many of the ailments are cured or made better by just adapting, changing your lifestyle and living a lifestyle of abundance and operating on a higher frequency. So put aside whatever medical conditions you've been diagnosed with by your doctor, and really think about what your story is. What's your story? How did you acquire this? What was going on? If you don't know your story, then sit down and get a pen and paper and really write down when you started gaining the weight. What was going on around you, in your life? What relationships were you in? How was your personal relationships, your family relationships, your extended family relationships, your job? Think about these things and figure out what made you feel like food could possibly have been an answer for you. You know, what brought you to that place? I know for me, I'm a night eater. So I would get up in the middle of the night, but the night is also the time in which the mind rests. And if your mind is not at rest, it's also the time in which those thoughts that you've been suppressing all day with busy work catches up to you. And so I really had to sit down and think. And I'm so grateful to my sister for putting that out there to me and just getting me to think, what is your goal? What's the purpose of this? And so I didn't put a number on mine. I know what I hope to achieve at the end in terms of like a number in terms of weight loss. However, I want to be pleasantly surprised. I want to, surprise myself and see what might be in store. So I'm not going to put a number on it. I'm going to just allow it to happen and see, where we go from there. But for you guys may want to put a number on it. You may want to say, I'd like to reach this goal or that goal. Again, I would caution against it, because that's where we set ourselves up for letdown, and we believe if we didn't meet that goal, then now we're not, it didn't work, it wasn't worth it. And so be pleasantly surprised. Do the right thing by yourself, just for the sake of doing the right thing for you, and see where you end up at the end. And that's really what the purpose of this is for. It's showing you that there's more to this. There's more to this than just setting a goal and waking up and saying, I need to lose this weight. Weight comes and goes. It is what it is, up and then down. But the true issues is what got you to that place. The choices that you made, the sacrifices that you made, the fears you have. It all comes together. And many people think that it's only bad things that had to happen. You may look into yourself as you sit down with a pen and paper and try to chart what your what was happening around the time that you gained weight, and you might realize, like, I was so happy. I was happy. I was in a great place. How did this happen? There's also that's the flip side of things. You could be so happy that you forget your commitments to yourself. And happiness for some people is a reason to kind of let loose and to scale back on what is the right thing, and just be overindulgent in the good times, be overindulgent. And whether we go out to eat or we're hanging out with a new love, and we forget the commitments and things the promises we made to ourselves. Everybody's different. You know your body. I know my body. And if I know that for me, I need to get up every day and do something and be active, I need to make sure that I'm eating my green vegetables, I'm drinking my herbal tea, I'm meditating, and I'm really recycling my thoughts to the point where I'm purging and I'm getting out those negative things that run through my mind all day. That's what I need to do. You have to figure out what you have to do. And you have to stay committed to that, even when times are good. Because that's really, life is like it's a cycle. It's good now, but eventually the wheel turns, and in any moment, challenges can come. And so if you're consistent with the promises that you make to yourself, then those challenges can be dealt with easily, and you don't have to feel like you failed yourself, because it's not a matter of passing and failing. It's a matter of remaining committed to loving yourself and to being the best version of you that you can possibly be. So, that's just my little spiel for today. And I just wanted to encourage somebody, I may not have a long way to go. Everybody's different. Some people want to lose 10 pounds, 15 pounds, 20 pounds, 100 pounds. No matter what your desired weight is or what your desired goal is, it's all about being committed to yourself and loving yourself. Take each day to do the right thing by you, and eventually you will reach where you're supposed to be, a place of comfort and a place of balance. So I thank you guys so much for listening. I hope as you follow me on this journey, we can learn something and we can expand ourselves and we can all vibrate higher. I'm so excited, and I'm going to continue doing my walk, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.